LucasAnswers. If you don't follow LucasAnswers, dude, this guy is the man. He has fantastic content, great message, great delivery, very entertaining as well. Also, funny enough, this guy's got like a Greek body at 6'5". I love this dude. This dude is my spirit animal, if you will. Also, 6'5" brotherhood here. But his reel was essentially the message of, if you look at your family bloodline, and you as the current generation, I am the current generation of my family bloodline, if you are not wealthy or have a whole bunch of assets or some type of family name, your previous family members of the bloodline, they messed up. They didn't gain some massive amount of wealth. They didn't build a name. They didn't build anything. Just an average life, average people, being Joe Schmoes, doing whatever Joe Schmoes do, and now you're going to be the next average. And if you're not willing to do something to change that, you're going to continue to perpetuate the cycle. And I thought to myself, my success is going to affect, obviously, the life of my future kids and the woman that I want to have kids with. So it is my duty and my job to fulfill that. Otherwise, they will continue to be average. And what better gift for me to give to my future children and to the future woman that I decide to have kids with in my family and my bloodline, more importantly, than exactly that. My mom's father, my grandfather, obviously, who at 8 years old was over in Germany, the big bad dudes, for YouTube's sake, boot open the door, they bust open the door, they put a gun to his head and say, boom, you're going to do this or else. He spent the next 8 years dodging bombs, somehow managed to live, came across the ocean on a boat, rickety old boat, 2 months across, didn't have anything to his name, not a pot to piss in, a window to throw it out of, and he found a way to somehow come over, meet my grandmother, reproduce, have my mom found my dad, and reproduced, and then boom. My dad's side, native ancestors, my goodness. How many of them realistically got exterminated by the white people, whether it was for good or for bad is a different video. And somehow they managed to reproduce, and then here I am. Well, I guess they had my dad, and they had me. My dad impregnated my mom, then had me. So many sacrifices that came down from the entire bloodline of all the generations. I have a duty to them to say thank you for the hard work, thank you for the sacrifices. I'm going to make something of myself, and that all the sacrifices you made were not for nothing for me to go and travel and live a life of luxury. Well, I will do that, but I will share it with my family and the people that matter most, and not just being selfish and then saying, bloodline ends here. No, to Mark Carney and the boys, you will not turn my future son trans. You will not put my daughter into the future alphabet soup crowd. I'm going to have great kids. My son in the pursuit of excellence. I'm going to get my future son, if I have a son, again, I've accepted I'm going to have daughters. If I have a son, I will not allow you to brainwash my son, and I will have him addicted to work ethic and success the same way that my father did to me. And I am so thankful that my father literally drilled this into me from a very early age. My mother and I disagree quite a bit. She thinks my dad was too hard on me as a kid. My dad, I am so thankful that my dad was the man that he was and set me up for success the way that he did. Because I would not have played 4 years of professional hockey. I would not be as disciplined as I am and as driven as I am and see the world in the way that I do if it was not for him. And I owe him something. I owe my mother something. I owe my grandparents on both. The whole family bloodline. I owe them all something, and you do too. And if the birth rates are collapsing and the liberals are deciding not to have kids, let them go extinct. Let their bloodline end, let their family bloodline end, less competition for my future kids, maybe yours if you're unplugged as well. Because again, my kids need somebody to beat. They're going to be some liberals' kids. I think that last bit was getting super windy, so I'm going to cut that and I'm going to just restart it here. I was at the Grand Canyon the other day, actually a couple weeks ago, and I went for one of the world famous sunrises of the Grand Canyon, and I thought, show up at 5:30 on a weekday, start of April, end of March. Probably won't be too many people there. Well, it was very packed by 6 o'clock. But what I found the most fascinating, and this comes back to the birth rates. I'm sitting at the edge of Mather Point, if you have ever been to the Grand Canyon. And the sunrise was absolutely beautiful and fantastic. But sitting at the gates, or I guess the fencing of the Grand Canyon, watching Mather Point sunrise, kind of lighting up the canyon. And there was this lady beside me. She had her 2 fluffy poodles, and they weren't like cute corgis like my shirt. They're 2 very fluffy poodles. And she brought them with sweaters, with specific Grand Canyon sweaters on. And she was doing like a photo shoot. And she was getting, I assume the husband, I don't know what you want to call it, her partner, her equal, because they have a lemonade stand together in case you didn't know. Getting him to do the photos. It's like, no, this angle. No, change it like that. No, get this in. And she's just berating this dude for how much of a shit job he's doing of taking their photos. And I thought, well, first off, who in the name of Jesus, Mother Mary, and Joseph, comes to the Grand Canyon at 5:30 for sunrise with their poodles in Grand Canyon sweaters to document and do a photo shoot for the dogs at sunrise. This is what she's doing instead of having kids.